In this video, we're going to go over creating a basic simple animation in Piskel. You can use Piskel for creating your animations if you'd like. It's pretty basic, but it works pretty well if you're not familiar with other programs. Over here you have a bunch of tools, and here you can change your colors by double-clicking. I'm going to do a lizard, so I'm going to make my nice green color. You don't have to do a lizard for your project. The other thing I'm going to do is make my canvas size here a little bit bigger. So I'm going to click on this resize and bring it up to about 128 by 128. The size here, of course, depends on what you want your ultimate end size to be, but it's usually easier to make things smaller than make them bigger. So I'm going to hit resize, and then I'm going to go ahead and start drawing. So I'm going to draw my lizard here. Now the thing about lizards is that when they move, they kind of arc their whole body. Swap that over. You can spend as much time as you'd like on your animations. They don't need to be high art or anything, but it's something you could easily put a lot of time into. I'm going to kind of make mine pretty quickly just so I can show you the basic process. So when lizards move, what they basically do is have diagonal sets of legs forward and back, and then switch. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this frame, and then come to my second frame and flip. And you can see over here that I get my basic lizard running animation. Now a couple other tools you can use if you want to. Over here we have onion skinning. So what that does is show me my current layer with my previous layer kind of faded out, which can be useful if you're trying to make multiple frames or a frame that's just a little bit different from your last animation. You can also add a new frame and drag these to reorder them. So for example, if I had these two frames started and now I wanted to make a middle frame, I could draw that in between. I'm going to go ahead and delete that now. You're also welcome to experiment with all these different tools. You've got some transforms over here, all sorts of different things. Once you've got your animation created, you're going to want to export it. If you'd like, you can save. Save will either allow you to save it as a Piskel file on your computer, or you can save it into your browser. This is useful if you want to come back and work on it later. If you save it as a Piskel file, you can come back and load it back in and work on it later. I'm going to change the title here real quick to Lizard, and I'll show you why this is useful in a little bit. But when we come to export, which is what we want to do to get it into Godot, we want to choose zip, and we can change this prefix here if we'd like to. I'm going to go ahead and leave it. Choose zip. I'm going to leave it at a 1.0 scale and go ahead and hit download. And I'm going to save that to my computer. So that is the file that we will be using to bring into Godot.